Previously on Knight's Quest. Ticket and Core are at the supermarket trying to learn medical information from Doc Martin. Meanwhile, Saoirse and Zataar have snuck into the Callus in the Heel, the home base of the Hillbillies, looking for the Red Cutlass. While on their search, they were surrounded by the Hillbillies and have been roped into Razor Gator Wrangling. So pull up a chair and share that popcorn, because it's time for another adventure here on Knight's Quest.
All right, boys, listen. That's all evidence, okay, against you two. I've got this envelope right here. Thick. Got you dead to rights. Okay? Now you've already been Mirandized. You know what your rights are. Is there anything you have to say for yourselves?
Oh, geez. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. I'm sweating. Oh, no. I think he's really got us now.
He ain't got nothing. He got a stack of paper.
It's that is exactly what he has.
Yeah, that paper ain't good. Yo, John, he ain't got nothing on us, okay? There's no way that he can prove that we're illegally downloading Knight's Quest. He can't prove it.
Pulls tape recorder out from behind him. We were illegally downloading Knight's Quest.
No. How could he do that?
I finally got you.
Wait a minute. I know how we're going to get out of this one.
What?
Knight's Quest is a free show, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's right. Oh. Yeah, it's true. It is.
This is just my character sheets. This isn't evidence.
Oh, you wanted to play Knight's Quest?
Yeah.
And then they all became best friends.
Yay.
It was a big misunderstanding.
Big misunderstanding. That's also the motto of Knight's Quest.
Big misunderstanding. Nathan, let's be real. Big misunderstanding is gonna be a ship we encounter at some point. You realize that, right?
Ooh, that's a good one. Now that you've said it, it's true.
Does that mean that there's also a small misunderstanding?
Medium-sized misunderstanding, yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole fleet.
Somebody needs... Okay, if we ever get a question from a fan or something of like, oh, what would your guys' ships be if you were in Knight's Quest? Easy, medium-sized misunderstanding. I've got it. I'm locking it in.
That's your ship?
That's going to be my ship.
Hold on, Jamie. Yeah. Now, here's what I'm hearing.
No.
If we ever meet the ship called the Big Misunderstanding, and they have the medium misunderstanding, the captain of the medium misunderstanding is Jamie Krause. Just so you know. If that pops up.
The captain is... Jimothy Krause.
Jimothy,
sure,
yeah.
Sure. Jimothy Krause. We'll add a little bit.
I haven't gone by that name in many years. Me men called me Jibbers.
Jibbers Krause.
That's a deep cut.
Well, welcome everyone to the not illegal to download free podcast, Knight's Quest.
We encourage it, actually. Yeah.
Encourage illegally downloading?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yeah, we want to encourage you to download the show.
How could you download Knight's Quest in a way that is illegal when it's a free show?
I thought you were saying, regardless of Knight's Quest, I thought you were saying we endorse illegally downloading things.
No, I'm saying this show is not illegal to download, so you can download it because it's
Unless
free.
You're in North Korea.
Oh. That could be true.
Maybe. I could make it illegal in, like, China, and, like, we could say some stuff.
Oh.
Winnie the Pooh.
There we go, done.
Wait, I got this. Hey, everybody, I'm gay. Boom, done.
Oh, now we're out in Russia, too, I think. I don't know. Oh, well, no. Boys, welcome to our illegal show where we do lots of looks left, looks right, crime.
Lots of crime.
And that's actually, we got a lot to cover in this episode, so I think we gotta get started. There's a lot of things happening, and I think we need to start where the action is. Let's go back to the supermarket, baby. With Ticket, Core, Doc Martin, and Billy Willy. I think they've been there for a couple hours at this point, and then they've been sharing, not sharing notes. It's more just Core and Ticket have been gathering information from Doc Martin. He's got a wealth of info.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Going back to where the action is, we are learning medical and anatomical lectures. Let's do this. What could be more exciting than that?
I'm going to be honest. I think Core's doing most of the writing. Ticket, what are you doing at this time?
This is what Ticket wanted to do in the first, 5 minutes is I'm going to pay so much attention. I'm going to ask insightful questions. I'm going to be helpful in this medical info gathering quest, right? That didn't work out because she got bored. So now she's wandering around the supermarket. She's looking at different stuff, in the restaurant part of the establishment, but there's also the kitchen where she grabbed the secret wings to throw as a projectile at her enemies. Right. So she's exploring that too. Does she find anything as she's now that we're not in a fight or flight setting? Yeah.
Make a search and roll. Difficulty 1.
Still action though.
Difficulty 1. I mean, yeah, there's stuff everywhere.
Love that.
Just want to see how juicy of stuff you find.
Searching. Difficulty 1.
If you find juice, I'm going to be very excited.
Could be juice.
That'd be very juicy.
Well, okay. We have 2 advantages, which is good, but we have a failure, which is not.
Did you, for real? Okay.
I only have a 2. It was 2 green and 1 purple. I just rolled nothing but advantages.
Okay, that's fair. All right, well, this is a nice quest, I guess. So you don't find anything of interest, but the 2 advantages are going to be
I'm
that
somehow
maybe
more bored than I was before. That doesn't even make sense.
I think Billy Willy is going to see
Please
that you're
say
just
it
kind
right.
of sorry. Billy Willy.
Thank you.
B-dubs is going to see that you're just kind of bored, and she's going to be like, "Hey, Ticket, I noticed you guys have been here for a while, and they've been getting that old knowledge, but I don't know. You seem like the kind of kid who likes to explore and learn things. Do you want me to show you? Do you want to show you to my trophy room?
There's a trophy room?
Well, it's my trophy room. It's where I keep all the best stuff
Of this wings restaurant?
of my life."
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds way. I thought you were going to show me a room that just had a bunch of plates or something. No, this is way better. Let's go.
Maybe in the background they just hear as they're walking away, Core's like, "Okay, so, but what do I do when they get seasick?"
You don't have any of them on your ship. That's rule number 1 of seafaring, is you don't take people that are sick on the sea.
Oh, no, I mean, sorry. What do I do when people get sick when they're on the sea already? That's what I'm more wondering.
What kind of sick are we talking here?
Well, you see, there's a lot of...
Are we talking a general uneasiness from the rocking of the waves, or are we talking a vague sickness?
Wait, there's more than one type of sick?
Oh boy!
This opens a whole new cat.
Let's get another round. We're gonna be here for a minute.
This is gonna be a long conversation.
And then Billy Willy takes Ticket. He goes through the kitchen where there's some orcs in there just cooking up all kinds of food, and it's not super busy right now, so they're just kind of chatting and cooking up whatever stuff. He goes past that room.
Did you guys see that fight earlier? That was weird.
And he goes into a back storage room, and he dips his hand into some rune dust and touches a rune, and it emits light in the room that he's in. You look around and you see there are some big fish. There's a big flying fish on one of the walls. You see there is a fancy boot, with golden straps on it. You see that there is actually a portrait of Billy Willy, painted on the wall. It's decent. I mean, it's not high end, but that's definitely him when he was younger. And then you also see a stuffed, well, you hope it's stuffed and dead monster in one of the corners, kind of propped up to look like it's standing on its hind feet with scales all over it, and just tons and tons of razor sharp teeth.
Oh, okay. That is... I mean, I don't want to be rude, but the only thing that comes to mind is that's the worst. That is it. We found it. Like, that is the worst. I kind of love it. What is it?
Oh, that right there?
Yeah.
Well, he like smiles and looks at it fondly, and he's like, that right there is a razor gator. A beautiful beast, beautiful beast. You see those chompers right there?
Yeah.
They move. They buzz around.
Really? She pokes at it like she thinks they're about to actually move.
I think if you poke at it, it does still, like, it moves forward and backwards still. Like, however it's set in the jaw, it still can rotate. Oh yeah, those suckers can whiz around at speeds faster than you could imagine. And those suckers, what they do, they use their teeth, and he like gets in close. He's like a adult telling a story to like a little kid. Those teeth, they'll wrap around a tree and buzz away, chomping at the sides. And then they take all those fallen trees and they drag them into a river, using that big flat tail of theirs. They pat them all together, and make a wall, and that wall will flood any region, you know, that river's in contact with. Which is, he gestures out the window. Wow, we got this fine bayou we got here because of these razor gators. But you better be warned, it ain't for swimming. No. This ain't fun time waters. These are their hunting grounds. And let it be known that any man or orc or elf or troll who tries to hunt a razor gator, well, they'll find out they was the one getting hunted all along.
Whoa. That's really cool. I mean, I don't believe you, like, at all, but that's super cool. I'm sorry. That was rude. It's just that I've been learning a lot over the last couple days about how, like, people, like, make fun of me and, like, tell me things that are not true, like, as a joke, and I need to be more discerning about that. So that's I'm sorry if that seemed rude. It's just that I need to, like, you know, I kind of get how this works now. So it's like, that was a super cool story and I'm into it. But I get that they're not real. I'm following. Yeah.
Beat-Ups kind of smiles and like laughs as he, like gently, not gently, but kind of like clearly with care, kind of like taps on the razor gator. He's like, well, yeah. I have been known to tell some tall tales in my time, but, let's just say when you get up and close and personal, and you can see that like his eyes kind of glaze over as he like looks at the razor gator, and when it's just you and the gator, and only one of you's making out of that swamp alive, something changes in you, and it don't matter if it's illegal, don't matter if it's dangerous.
It don't matter if it's illegal.
Sure don't.
It's a rush. Anyway, he kind of snaps out of it.
While he's saying that, like, really intense story, Ticket is trying to see if she can put her head in the gator's mouth. You're really good at this. You should, like, do tours or something. Do you do tours? You'd be good at it, honestly. That'd be pretty fun.
I think she absolutely can get her head in it. It's just a matter of, like, angling. And I think Billy Willy kind of, like, stares over at the painting of himself again and back at the razor gator. He goes, no, I don't think I want to be going back there anytime soon. Saoirse and Zataar, you are surrounded by a cheering crowd of gray orcs, all at a nice safe distance away, as you are surrounded by fallen lumber and sawdust, which have mixed with the wet waters of the bayou back here in the heel, creating just a rancid stench of slurry and slush at your feet. And of course the mud and the sawdust is mixed with blood, some fresh, some stale, adding into the stench. The area illuminated only by the blue fungus that is held aloft in different areas. And you two have been forced in the middle of this crowd, and you see a gray orc, actually a couple of them, dragging in a tied up razor gator into the arena, a good 50, 70 feet away from you. While they're getting this ready, what do you do?
Do we still have our weapons?
That's a good question. I'm going to let you make a roll into the past. I'm going to say they probably wouldn't have let you keep your weapons. So, how would you have tried to keep your weapons? Did you try to sneak them in? Did you... maybe you did try to sweet talk your way into letting yourself keep them? How did you try to keep your weapons?
I'm gonna go with sneaky, which is... which, if listeners may suspect, is not Saoirse's strongest suit. You would be right. So this will be fun.
Sneaky, I'm gonna give you... it's gonna be difficulty 3, but I'll give you a boost because it is dark.
Yay.
Is it time?
It's time for sneaky.
Can I posit that Zataar probably drew his sword, was immediately grabbed, and it fell just outside of the area that they are engaging with the Razor Gators?
Sure, so he doesn't have it, but it's like outside the area.
It's tantalizingly close.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Okay, so what you're trying to do is you're trying to say you rolled intimidation and failed but had an advantage is like what you're wanting to say happened.
No, I'm not saying he was trying to intimidate. I'm saying he drew his sword, and we already know that they ended up getting thrown in. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying in that scuffle, he dropped it.
Did he do that on purpose, or that's just the luck of it?
Yeah, I'm just saying he probably didn't keep it. Do you want me to do a roll?
I do want you to do a roll. Yes.
Oh, okay.
That surprises me because it sounded like Jake was giving you I want to say my character fails, but in this humorous way.
Yes.
And I thought you were going to take that offer, to be honest.
That is a good offer.
So Zataar tries to bring his weapons with him by holding it in his hand. He draws it. He has it on him before they take him.
Okay, then roll fear, because it's like you're trying to say, I'm not taking this, I have a weapon.
I love the chutzpah. So I got 3 advantages, but I did fail.
Okay. So yeah, that means...
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty, well, the same as... Actually, I'm going to say the fear is going to be a 2 difficulty.
You do yours.
Okay, so you're going to fail. They do have your weapons.
They have my daggers.
So I'm going to say with 3 advantages, which you tried to do as sneaky, I'm going to say that maybe they took yours, but you took one of theirs.
Yeah.
So that's the 3 advantages. So they got your weapons, like, dang it. And then right before you walked in, you were able to kind of...
confusion, yeah.
Yeah, just kind of...
Took somebody's boot knife.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a little knife.
Right.
That is a success and an advantage.
Hey, alright.
Okay. So, I guess then you pulled out your sword and they were like, alright, fine, yeah. Good luck that's gonna do ya.
In fact, here, take mine as well, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's like got it out like in front of him towards his assailants as they slowly walk towards him, and he's slowly walking back and not realizing they're walking him into the enclosure.
Yeah.
And so at some point he's like very confident in himself, and then a door closes in front of him. Oh, I see. Okay.
I think Jamie too, with 3 advantages. I gave you like a dagger for 3 advantages. So you can make it a better weapon if you want. They don't got anything fancy, but give me something nicer than that.
Okay, this might be a little too grimy and unlikely, but like, is there a chance I could find something in the arena, like some weird ramshackle thing, and I can make it into absolutely. A weapon? Yeah.
Yeah, I will say you have a dagger for sure. I'll give you that, and I'll say the other advantages are if you try to do any searching rolls for any other weapons in here, you'll get a boost for it. You're already like on the hunt for it.
Yeah, I like that.
So are we saying when I envision dagger, what are you guys picturing when you say dagger?
I don't know. Like,
what if it's not a dagger? What if it's because Saoirse's weapons are daggers.
Saoirse's weapons are daggers, yeah.
So what if instead it's like wow, I really thought I'd be able to come up with something. Maybe it is a dagger. Whoops.
I was thinking like Rambo survival, like Bowie knife. Like something. Sure. Like, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Just a chunky guy.
That feels fitting for fighting alligators. Yeah.
Right. And then Jake, your success, you got your sword in there, and then advantage, I'm just going to say, I'll give you a boost on your first attack. You're feeling good.
Cool. Nice,
I got some confidence on. Okay. As you've scoped out the scene, you do have weapons, so you're not completely abandoned in here. You saw the previous fight where the Victor had tied some rope around the mouth of the Razor Gator. You do see there is some rope in the arena for you to use.
Oh boy.
Oh, that was nice of them.
if that's something you're gonna want to do, that's your call. But by this point, the orcs who have tried to bring the Razor Gator in are struggling, as it is getting fierce and trying to thrash them off. And so it's got its mouth tied together. But you start hearing the buzzing, and they all just scamper. They all just run away and try to get out of the arena as the mouth starts to whir, and the teeth from within have enough friction to rip the rope that has tied its mouth shut, and its maw rips open, and you can just hear the buzzing of the teeth and see them whirring, just flying around.
So we saw the previous person win their challenge by tying its mouth shut and like pinning it, right?
Yep.
Did anyone tell us like, Gator wrestling, here's what you're gonna do? No, we didn't really get anything like that, right?
No, Razor Gator Wrangling, you saw what you saw, and it seems like you're the next contenders.
So I want Saoirse to yell, look sharp, Zataar, all we need to do is kill the beast. And I want to see what the reaction is from the people around us.
Zataar says, look sharp. I thought I was
I'm gonna say you don't even need to. Do you want to make a roll for it? Otherwise, I'll just tell you.
I wasn't thinking of it as a roll, so
okay.
yeah.
No, you make that comment, and it's pretty clear that most of the people aren't paying attention to what you're saying. I mean, it's pretty loud. There's a big ruckus. The people who are closest to you, though, I would say some of them, the reaction is more like not offended that you said that, but more just kind of like amused that this is what you think you're going to be able to do. That yeah. Go kill the beast. Yeah, go for it. Good luck.
Okay.
That's what you're going to do. You hear one of the orcs, he's got one of those runes that projects his voice. He's got one of those. Zataar, you know these. You use these all the time. And he's like, all right, everyone, it's time for our next event of the evening here at the Callus. We got ourselves 2 wave riding bro drinks, seeing if they can come into our neck of the woods and show us how it's done. Well, we're going to show them how we hillbillies like to play. And there's a lot of hooting and hollering from guys like, woo, 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 yeah. Let's see if these foam lickers can survive another night.
Wow.
I think I'd prefer it if you just called me a slur.
I think he did.
All right, guys, it's time to calculate the order.
Oh, yeah.
My guess is that this sucker is going to go first, this beastie, but
well, we don't know that yet.
Well, how do we calculate ready?
So readiness is you guys are going to be a 3, and I'm going to say that the Razor Gator is the 4, because it's going to be the one initiating this situation, unless you think you would go first, unless you think you would pounce.
We had time to like see the situation before they let it go. Mm-hmm. I could make the case that we could go first.
Okay, only one of you would get that 4 though. If you think Saoirse would pounce,
it wouldn't be Zataar.
Yeah, I'll give it to Saoirse.
Come on, Beastmaster. Okay.
Exactly.
That's
so is that
true.
a 4?
That's true. Yep, so your readiness is a 4.
4 for readiness.
All right. What does Zataar have?
6.
6? Okay.
Oh, I also have 6.
Great.
Well then.
Because he's fast. The Razor Gator is going to go last then. He only has a speed of 2 and readiness of 3, so he's going to have that 5. So, Saoirse and Zataar, you will get the first round, and then the Razor Gator is going to go after you guys. So, again, reminder, you guys can change who goes first at each point, and the floor is yours. Let the fight begin.
Can I use husbandry to get a better look at it? I want to know, is this thing starving? Is this thing aggressive? Well, it's obviously aggressive. Is it specifically trying to eat us? Is it specifically, does it think it's defending territory? Things like that.
Yep, absolutely. I wonder if I want to make a move for you in general or just have it be
That's husbandry. A great idea. Yeah.
Animal instinct.
I'm going to give you a choice right now.
You can either instinct. Yeah.
Option A, just use husbandry and you'll get a general vibe of this creature. But I think what you're asking for is its emotions, that kind of stuff would be a new move for Saoirse that I like. I
like that too, for sure.
Okay. So animal instinct uses husbandry, and that will definitely use an IP, because that's you using your brain to try to figure that out. I'm all for this. Yeah, and you use that roll to learn the motives and the emotional state of animals and beasts, including Tanine, I think. New moves.
New moves.
Let's see it. I'm gonna say difficulty 2 on this guy.
What was the thing I could get a boost for from earlier?
Searching.
That was it for searching. Yes, thank you. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay. I got a success finally, but I got one disadvantage.
Awesome. So, success. You are able to ascertain its moods, and the disadvantage is going to be like what that mood is. I'm
They're
gonna play
all
that into
bad.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know when an animal has been mistreated, and this one has severely. Like,
jeez.
This is what it does. Is it does these fights? It has clearly been stabbed at and hurt and scarred and damaged, and
oh, that's horrible. Yeah.
it's been through many fights, and so it's not so much hungry or defending territory. It's more just this is how it's been conditioned to live.
Wow. Okay.
To just do this. So it's pretty gnarly. It's I don't want to say this for your character, but I'm sure that it's honestly probably heartbreaking as a animal lover. I guess does Saoirse do anything else then on her turn? Otherwise, it's Zataar.
Nah. I guess be in a ready stance.
Sure. You're prepared.
Yeah,
that's fine. Okay, Zataar.
Zataar's going to use a move.
Love it.
Called Encouragement. Uses camaraderie, and it gives a boost moving forward to an ally.
Great.
Cool.
So I suppose I have to roll before I say what I'm going to say.
Yeah. That determines how good the boost is and stuff like that. I think for this move going forward, the difficulty can't be how well you know the ally. I think it's got to be how dire the situation is.
Yeah, how much you can convince your ally.
Yeah, that they need encouragement. So I'm just going to say a 2 on this one.
Okay.
You know, it's not a friendly area.
Oh. You got this.
That's the sound the gator makes, actually, yeah.
So that's 2 successes and 3 advantages.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So I'm going to say for that one, the 3 advantage is going to be this is a boost that is going to last throughout the rest of the encounter.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness.
You just have a boost going forward.
Wow.
Hell yeah. So yeah, Zataar kind of leans in to Saoirse so she can hear him above like the clamor, but he's not like yelling this out to everybody.
Right.
And he says, "Oh, come on, you've got this. Come on, you handle Tanin for a living. This is nothing. This is a teeny little baby beastie. That is what even could we possibly be worried about? I'm not worried."
Not only do I love this, but I also love the idea that super worked and was the most encouraging thing, and I'm really happy with that. Yeah.
As you are both scoping the land and encouraging each other, the Razor Gator is gonna start approaching.
Yeah, and they do that, yeah.
I'm gonna say, because it's not a fast creature, it's not gonna be able to get to you, but it's definitely, like an alligator kind of waddling forward and like moving and revving its teeth. And I think what it's going to do as its turn, since it can't attack.
It can't attack? What do you mean?
Well, it's too far away. Like it wasn't.
Sure.
You can't attack on your first turn.
It's going to use a move that I'm just going to call Intimidate. And what it does is it revs its teeth while also slamming its tail on the ground behind it, creating like this loud thud, like a drumming noise.
Oh, okay.
With the revving teeth, like vroom, vroom, vroom.
Could I edit that? Instead of using its tail to slap on the ground, could it be slapping itself on its like midsection, like its back, and like having that creating that resonance?
Oh sure.
My goodness.
Because otherwise it could just be like slapping in the water,
Yeah. So that it kind of changes the sound of the... That's a flexible tail.
Yeah. It's a fictional creature.
Sure. Yeah, it can do that. Yeah, I guess it can do that now, yeah.
Yeah, they can fly now.
Don't give me ideas. Okay, so with that, what are your guys's... Because it's going to roll against your charisma.
Oh.
Charisma? Interesting.
Yeah. So a 3 for you, Jake?
4.
You're 4?
Nice.
Yeah, dude, I'm events.
He is events.
Jamie, what is yours?
It's actually 3.
It is 3, okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is it's good at this, so it's got a 3.
It was very charismatic.
And so I'm going to roll. This is for you, Jamie. And then Jake, just add another Just roll a purple, and that'll get added for yours.
Okay,
So
interesting.
it could succeed on Jamie, but fail on Jake.
Sure.
Jake, what'd you roll?
A failure and a disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, so he didn't do very good. He failed. One of his greens were blank with a disadvantage on Jamie, and then 2 for you, Jake. So I think what it does then is it's a beast. It's not thinking. It's getting into that kind of defensive mode, but what it's done is it's kind of putting itself in a worse position, like tactically. You guys have the high ground at this point. And so I'm going to say, for both of you, you'll get a boost if you attack it now.
Okay.
And Jake, I think I'm just going to say, with the extra disadvantage, you're just not going to be scared by this tactic. You see what it's doing. You know boasting and showboating. You're like, oh, okay, whatever. So with that, it's your guys' turn. Let's get some fighting going.
Okay. Jake, do you mind if I have Saoirse go first?
No.
Okay. I would like to take that searching roll to see if I can find some rope. I guess if something else pops up, I would take that too. But
I will say for sure, rope, you don't need to roll. It is, it is prevalent.
Oh, okay, good. Okay. I mean, I guess I might as well try it anyway, see if I can find something better than rope, right?
Sure.
Okay,
yep.
cool.
So you'll have 2 boosts on that, one from your earlier roll and one from Jake's encouragement.
Excellent,
From Zataar's encouragement. And I'm going to say difficulty will be, you know what? I'm going to make it be, just because I want to, 1 purple, 1 red.
Whoa, okay. 1 purple, 1 red.
Yeah.
I have a lot of good dice too, though. I have 1 success, the rest evened out. Just a success.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So with that success, you find there's rope. It's just kind of everywhere. You find that there are a couple other discarded weapons in the muck. Not great, not like they're like quality weapons, but there's an axe in there. You do see that there is a sword that was kind of broken off partway through.
Sure.
With the success, I'll also say maybe there's a helmet somewhere in the mix, again with a dent on it, but it's in there.
If I put on this helmet, does that change any of my stats?
If it tries to bite your head, it would.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
I wanna have that rope, and I wanna have that helmet.
Great. So I'm gonna say the hardest part with the helmet is just your hair.
Yeah.
You got the poofy hair, but it
it's
will
gonna be tricky.
function as a helmet enough for you. Like there weren't disadvantages on your roll, so like it'll be good enough. And you have the rope too.
Excellent. While I was looking around and scoping for stuff, this arena that we're in, there's like some water, some gross debris with the sawdust and everything, and the perimeter of that is like some kind of fence or something. Was that right?
Yeah, it's not a great fence. It's a pretty shoddy fence.
Sure.
Really, the barrier is the wall of people that are lining around the fence.
Okay.
And it's all kind of in a pit. So as you get closer to the fence, it does kind of get pretty slick and muddy.
Oh, okay.
Zataar?
Are there any trees in the pit? Or are there any branches hanging over the pit?
That have not already been destroyed.
There are no alive trees in the pit, but there are fallen logs. Some still pretty large. Most of them have been cut up into smaller pieces. There are no branches overlooking... Well, I'll roll for that one. That one I can roll for. No, there's no branches overlooming the pit. But there's branches within the pit. Like, there's sticks and stuff.
Okay. Zataar's gonna try another move, because Saoirse's gearing up. Like, she's obviously got, like, stuff going. And he's going to look at this creature and kind of make a judgment call. And he's going to turn to the crowd and try and zero in on whoever it is in charge of these gators. Mm-hmm. And he is going to use a move called goading. He's going to try and introduce another razor gator into this.
What do you mean?
Like, he's going to try and get another gator in this pit.
Okay. Roll, I guess.
Hey, Jake.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
Why, though?
What's up?
Why? How come, though? I'm following everything you're doing except all of it.
No, okay. Yeah, roll whatever the stat is for your move. I'm guessing it's persuasion.
Okay.
Difficulty, I'm going to say...
Is it going to be hard to convince these people to add another gator?
Yeah, I'm going to say 3 still. I think it's 3.
Jake.
Mainly just because that's...
This might be a bad time to tell you that my resistance is 1. I have written down in my notes, get Saoirse some armor soon. We haven't done that yet.
Yeah,
you got a
did get some
helmet,
armor. Yeah,
so.
you got a helmet.
Alright, Jake, roll for get another gator, I guess.
Oh, boy.
So, it's a failure with advantage.
Oh.
Okay, so here's... Okay, no,
What
this works
is
for
the
me.
advantage here? Yeah.
You're not gonna get... Okay, so, hold on. So you're not gonna get what you want, which
is another gator.
Which
is another gator.
gator.
So how about this? What do you
I have
say?
so many
What do you
questions.
say?
I think he just kind of yells to the audience again. He's trying to like zero in on who's like in charge of the gators, who's making the decisions here. And he says, "Oh, come on, let's make this a fair fight. It's 2-on-1. This is going to be too easy. Like what are we doing here? This is supposed to be a sport? This is nothing."
What?
I will say, I'm not going to reveal what the advantage is yet, because it'll take some time. But you do note that the guy who threw you in, who had been making the announcement, he kind of leans over to someone next to him, whispers something, and someone leaves.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Make a mental note of that.
Make a mental note of that.
Can I do something else?
This is concerning.
Because you used a move, it's going to be no.
Okay.
Well, unless it's just like moving or talking or something, right? Okay.
Yeah, if you want to physically move, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna physically distance myself from Saoirse.
Okay, great. Then it's time for the Razor Gator's turn.
Yeah.
And I'm going to roll a yes-no dice to see who he goes towards.
Yeah.
And he is going to go for Zataar. He's going to go for Zataar.
I should have known. Should have stayed still.
Yeah, I mean, you were yelling. Yeah.
Their vision relies on movement.
Yeah, we can go with that. You were yelling, you're making movement. It approaches you, and it's just going to make an attack. I think it's time for us to see what this sucker can do. So
boy.
its weapon handling is a 3. What is your resistance?
It's a 1.
It's a 1. Okay.
Really? No one on this crew except maybe Flynn is like a big beefy character, like a tank character, you know?
Okay. You're lucky. So it rolled a lot of advantages, but only one success, like a cancel die by one failure. So it fails.
Okay.
But it has 2 advantages.
It has 2 advantages.
So you're a quick fella. I think that gives you your credence. The creature lunges forward with its razor sharp teeth, and I think you pull your leg out from between the blades. Like you feel it clomp right as your foot gets pulled out of there. As you're trying to dance away, the slushy mud made it a little slower than you would have liked. However, I'm going to say it's 2 advantages that it's going to use. It's going to put you in a bad position. As this movement, as you try to lift your foot out of the way, you're now going to fall into the mud. And obviously it's not like you're stuck there forever, but it will definitely, I guess if it got to attack twice, which it can't at the moment, it would have an advantage. So if you don't get out of the mud situation, you're going to be in trouble. So that's one of the advantages, and the other advantage is going to be that you weren't scared of its little intimidation tactic. You now have reason to fear the creature, though.
Okay.
Advantage it has is you are now scared of it. Okay, back to you guys.
How did the previous fighter, we saw it like pin it, like straight up gator wrestling, and did it like tie its mouth shut or something?
Yep.
It did,
It was
okay.
wrangling. It had jumped on its back and had taken the rope and wrapped it around its mouth.
What happened after that? Did somebody come in and like take the gator away or something?
Yeah, there was you didn't see it in much at this point, but you saw at the ending that he cheered. He kind of like fist bumped and like victorious as he was on top of the gator, and he was able to get out. So you didn't quite see the ending of that, as that was when you got roped in.
Okay.
All right, Zataar or Saoirse?
So I have some outside knowledge of gators in real life, and I don't know that it's going to be useful in this instance, in this application.
Sure.
But like the reason that works, like tying their mouth shut, is because the majority of muscles in gators' heads is for the motion.
Yeah, they're not as good at opening it back up again, right? Yeah.
Does that still apply when they have rotating rows of teeth?
Does Zataar know that?
No, Zataar doesn't know about like real world gators, no.
Also, you saw that it broke rope with its rotating teeth.
That's true. That's true.
But it didn't happen right away. It did take it some time to do that.
Well, Zataar definitely doesn't want to be in the mud anymore. So he, is there like a log lying out of the mud at all, anywhere that he could get on top of?
Yeah, there's a log.
Okay, he's going to try to get out of the mud on top of the log, more sturdy ground.
Yeah, I'm going to say, because I don't want that to be your whole action is getting out of the mud. I'm going to say that you're able to... Well,
that's not all I wanted to do.
Yeah, I'm going to say you can do that. You can get out of the mud you're on the log now.
Okay. From the log, he is going to... How big is this thing?
Alligator-sized. I mean, so I guess probably like, what, 8 feet, 10 feet?
That's a big gator. I mean, they get that big. It's I didn't mean it to sound like disparaging you, but that is on the bigger side for gators, I think, right?
Yeah.
No, for sure.
I mean, if this one was bred for fighting, then it's probably a big one.
Jay, can I run something by you?
Please, by you,
player to player.
Hey,
Nathan, you have to stop this.
Please don't.
So I don't know how to make this happen, but I would love if we were somehow able to mess up the fence or get this thing loose back out on the people who have been making it fight all the time and crap like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's very poetic.
And I don't want to frame it, if we were to somehow make this happen, I don't want to frame it as, oh, she just feels so bad for it. Like, there is a lot of that because she cares about animals, but I also want to frame it as, like, we need to get out of this pit. Silene is here somewhere, but not with this group. Let's have maximum chaos happen and get out of here, right? If we could somehow get to that point, I would be so down.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah. Zataar looks around and he sees like quite a few people lining the fence, like standing or leaning on the fence. Like they're putting pressure on the fence to like look down into this arena. He makes like a circling motion above his head with his finger and like points to the rope. And he's trying to communicate that like let's pull this fence down. Let's bring some more people in here.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
So Saoirse?
Can I fully understand if you tell me no. Can I say retroactively that Saoirse shared with Zataar, hey, it's mistreated and angry and da-da-da-da-da, and it fights because they force it to fight and da-da-da-da-da. Can I say that in the at the beginning of the fight I told him that?
I did give you that opportunity, and I asked, did you want to share any of this?
And
you
specifically
did not. So I'm going to say no.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Oh, no, for sure. I'll have to get that information to you some other time. Okay, Saoirse sees the signal, sees the plan. Yeah, I could run up to the fence, tie the rope, and just try to start pulling it.
I don't think you can run up to the fence with how slick it is.
Yeah, that's the tricky thing. Shoot. Okay.
I think he was trying to mimic lassoing the fence.
Yeah, but it's not like a grappling hook though, is it? There's nothing on the other end of the rope.
But you could like tie a loop into it and like throw it up onto one of the fence posts.
That's true. Nathan, I want to do that.
That's a great idea I just had.
I want to do that thing
As
that Jake
a
said.
Brotring, you know how to do knots.
Yes.
This is part of the business.
This is a dry knot.
The question will be your accuracy. You're going to make an accuracy roll for the fence. I'll make it a difficulty. How close do you get to the fence?
As close as she can?
I mean, probably. I'm trying to think of any reason I shouldn't, right? Or is this a thing where
unless you're trying to like not let on that what you're doing?
Just choosing the difficulty of this.
Yeah, I'll get closer to the fence. I'll try to get pretty much right up next to it.
Okay, I'll make it a difficulty 1, but with a setback beat. So the difficulty 1 is you're not that far away. The setback is the angle.
Do I still carry over that one boost? Okay.
You do.
So
the encouragement boost, yes.
1 difficulty, 1 setback, 1 boost. I have 2 successes and 2 disadvantages. Sorry. I have a success and 2 disadvantages.
Okay. So I will say you succeed. You're able to lasso a fence post. You're able to, yank it out. It's on there secure.
Yeah.
I'm going to say one of the disadvantages is that some of the people right by the fence are going to notice that you're doing this, and they're going to be
sure.
What the heck? And then the second disadvantage is they're going to start attempting to undo, like get it off the fence post. They haven't done it yet, but now they are working against doing that. Zataar, you actually still haven't done a move yet, or done action.
Okay. He is going to, like, seeing that Saoirse has done this, he's gonna, like, raise his hand for, he's gonna, like, motion that he wants the other end of the rope. Mm-hmm. How long is this rope?
I'm gonna say it's not that long.
Okay.
I think it's long enough for her to be able to hold it, but I don't think she could toss it to you, who is, you've expressed, has moved a distance away from her.
Yes, that's true. Okay. Fighting a gator. I'm trying to think of what I would do in this situation, and really what I would do is just...
You got a sword.
Yeah, I guess.
Just stabbing it is not off the table, honestly.
Yeah, I'm surprised, I'll be honest.
Here's my worry about using the sword against a creature with rotating teeth, is that if I fail, the sword goes away. Like, the movement of the teeth can very easily, like, remove my weapon from me.
That's the game.
It is indeed. You have got me there. You know what? He's going to make a snap decision that the safest place in the arena is actually on top of the creature.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Yes.
So he's going to try and mount it using his sword as like a place to hold on. So like he's going to jump and stab into it if he can.
Okay, jump, stab, mount.
He's aiming for the mouth. No, he's just trying to jump and stab, but he's trying to end up on top of it.
Oh boy.
Sure.
Oh boy.
Like he's trying to close its mouth, but anywhere's fine.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You're going to make an attack on this sucker. Its resistance is 2.
Okay.
Because you're also trying to get in a very specific spot of this attack, I'm going to make it a setback. But I'm going to give you a boost for Rule of Cool.
Well, didn't I also have a boost moving forward? I thought we both had a boost.
Okay. No, you gave her a boost for the rest of it, but you did get a boost for making your first attack. Because of its positioning, so.
Nice.
And what is the difficulty? 3?
2.
2.
Its resistance is 2, so.
Nice.
Plus the setback. It's a lot of dice. Setback is nothing, which is, I got a triumph!
Oh, yeah, all right.
Okay. So that triumph will allow you to, I think, if you use it, get in this good positioning for sure.
Before I forget completely, you said there's fairly low light, right? Like, it's just because of those glowing mushrooms. Can we do that thing where, like, the animal, like, if it's got darker, like if its hide is kind of a dark color, like, it's that thing where you don't see a ton of it until suddenly you see light in its eyes, like, reflecting? I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That helps you visualize
like
it,
if it's submerged or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's submerged, for sure, you'd be in trouble.
The flavor, you see, the flavor.
Yeah, the flavor.
After everything cancels out, it is a success with 2 advantages.
Yo, okay.
And the triumph, of course.
And the triumph.
I'll ask you, do you want to use the triumph right now, or do you want to save that for later?
I don't remember. If I use the triumph, do I have to use my triumphant play?
Right now? No.
No, I think the triumphant play is specifically for when you have, like, built up the points and saved them for a later date.
Stored the TP for later. Yeah.
If you use it immediately, it can be something totally different.
This moment right here becomes triumphant.
Yeah, I definitely want to. This is important.
I would agree with that. I would agree.
Okay, so then here's where you're able to stab it, and I can say with the 2 advantages, you could make that do an extra harm. That can be 2 advantages to bump up a harm. Would you like to do that? Otherwise, there'll be other things.
That's tough, because I don't...
Yeah.
Because I think we are all... Like, I think Zataar understands that we are all prisoners here, including the gator. Mm-hmm. Especially being there with Saoirse. So I don't think he's trying to cause it harm. I think he's just trying to, like, take away the danger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how else I would use that.
So the triumph, I'm going to make it that you are mounted. You have mounted this beast right on the spot where its tail can't hit you. So, like, you're far enough forward that the tail can't hit you.
And the head can't get you because you're on his back.
Because you're on its back.
Yeah.
Now I'm just praying that it doesn't death roll like gators do.
Yeah, that'd be a problem.
I mean, that's part of the triumph is I think, like, you have secured your spot on this. I think. Okay. I don't want triumphs to ever be something that I just kind of wash over. You are on this beast, and you have a control over it in that sense.
And Zataar is surprised.
I guess with the 2 advantages, I could make it that you do 0 harm, I guess. You just happen to... I mean, you stabbed it.
Oh, no, I've got it.
Okay.
For a way to do 0 harm.
Okay.
So Zataar is standing on this log, facing this razor gator. There's no better way to say it. I assume it's got its mouth open.
Yep.
Okay. So he's gonna run at it, jump off the log at it and use his sword as like a bit. So he's gonna put it into its mouth.
Okay.
And like be on its back, holding on to it.
Oh, okay.
So it's got the sword in the back of its mouth.
That's dangerous for several reasons. I kind of love
Past all the teeth.
Yes.
So you were... Okay, that is pretty cool. That is a triumph moment for sure.
Dang.
So you leapt off the log and you slided the sword in sideways, past all the teeth, and when it chomped down, your sword had gotten past the teeth, just the small spot where it's got its gums in the back. And you were now holding on and able to kind of steer the gator from that position.
And again, Zataar is surprised.
Yep, for sure.
Is the gator's turn?
It's the gator's turn.
Crap, okay.
So I think the gator is... I don't want to say it tries to throw you off because we just established that you have control over it. So I think the gator's just going to kind of honestly, it's probably surprised. It's going to try to chomp and its teeth whiz even faster to try to get this thing in its mouth out. But but it can't. And I think because it is a sword... if it does whiz, you can just pull harder backward and then cut it.
Oh man!
Well, because you said the espada is a one-sided blade, right?
It's a single blade, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got, I'm assuming, the sharp end inward, so you're not cutting your own fingers.
Oh,
I was more imagining that he had it sideways, flat.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the sharp end has to be pointing towards something.
Yeah, and it's pointed towards the gator, not you.
Yeah.
You don't happen to have super tough gloves on, do you?
Nope.
No, I'm going to say he's doing it without the intention of causing harm, but maybe that sharpness against the gator's mouth is some sort of incentive.
It's enough that as it tries to get it out, it causes it not not
harm,
but pain.
But
that it tries to stop, and it tries to again wriggle, tries to shake you off, tries to hit you with its tail, but again because of triumph, it is unsuccessful, and so it's just going to start kind of running around the arena, just trying to shake you off a little bit. So I will have a roll for that, I think, just because I need to do something.
Sure.
What is your strength or dexterity? I'll let you decide either one of those.
Let's please do dexterity.
Okay, what is that?
2.
Okay. I'm gonna do... it gets a setback because of everything you've done, and... Because of everything you've done. Everything you've done to this poor thing. It just straight up fails. That's...
Heck yeah.
No successes or advantages or anything
Still
like that.
riding the Razor Gator.
So you're riding the Razor as it's running and trying to thrash you off, and it seems like everyone in the crowd is almost kind of he's...
You can do that.
You're on the gator, you've wrangled the gator at this point, but then you hear from the projector rune, "All right, well, there was a request to make this a fair fight." He was upset that it was 2v1, and so we're going to introduce another combatant into the arena. We've been waiting for a special moment to bring her out, but she's feisty, she's angry, and she's ready for blood. Ladies and gentle orcs, I present to you the Red Cutlass. Thank you for listening to Night's Quest, especially to all of our patrons for making this show possible. Big thank you to our Triumph Tier patrons, Lo Long May He Reign Those Day, High Elves Again, Mike, and Reagan, the Canon Deity of Riches. You can join their ranks by going to kqpodcast.com, where you can get access to a bonus episode further explaining the feud between the Hillbillies and the Deputies. That one's a wild journey. Next episode comes out on October 13th, and we'll see you then.
She's just like, yeah, you know what? Yeah.
No, go ahead. You can finish that sentence. Yeah.
No, I didn't have a line.
I didn't know what.
No, I was just trying to be funny.
Both